Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast. As always, hosted by me, yours truly, Chris. Welcome, everybody. This is episode number 329 of my RTX special coverage. And before I talk about my guest today, Shop Talk, of course, if you like to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you can do that at Casting for Two. And, of course, this podcast is available on all major services, so if you like what you hear, leave me a review. Huge shout-out, though, goes to Carved.com. Carved makes some wonderful products made out of actual wood and resin. They make phone cases, bracelets, wallets, power packs, all that good stuff. Carved.com. Go check them out. They have wonderful products. I use them myself, and they sponsored the swag bags for RTX this year, and I'm so appreciative of it. So I have nothing but good things to say about Carved. Carved.com. Go enjoy some well-made quality products. One-of-a-kind products, too. Everything is one of a kind, and I love it. All made from love. And yeah, so RTX happened. That was, this past weekend, and now this is the coverage. If you didn't know by reading the title, Greg Miller, friend of the show, but also I just consider him a friend. I sat down and chat with him, and the amount of appreciation I have towards Greg Miller and admiration, because him and the whole Kind of Funny crew have incredible work ethics, and I just really appreciate all that Greg has done for me and the podcast. I mean, he submitted a video when I hit 300 episodes, and I'm just so grateful that I get to tell him that face to face. But enough about that. We need to get into this episode with a new theme song for the year. Everybody enjoy, so sit back, relax, and Chris, cue that new theme song, please. I would like to say, I did not chant Greg sucks, or peanut M&Ms during your panel.
That means a lot to me.
And
because there's a lot of people out there that just want to jump on bandwagons. You know what I mean? They don't understand that erodes their soul. It ruins their soul.
Exactly. Yeah. That, and I know you're wearing shades, but I felt like you were staring into my soul.
I was definitely looking into the audience for my real friends. You know what I mean? Who are the real? Who are the ride or die?
Right.
Who aren't going to run when the going gets tough?
Exactly.
When the world tells us we're wrong.
Exactly.
No, they're wrong. Stand like a tree, Captain America.
Well, so I wanted to bring this up to you.
Yeah.
I know it's not January, new shows,
Sure.
That's when you unveil, all that good stuff.
Of course.
I want to pitch you a new show.
Okay. I'm always open for ideas.
We have something in common.
Okay.
We're both DC fans.
Hell yeah.
Ride or dies.
Yep.
We should do a podcast about a DC support group where we try to tell people it's going to be okay.
God damn.
But,
Is it?
But here's the twist. That gif of, all the fire, and we're just saying it's fine.
Yeah.
Flash has another director.
Great.
It'll be okay.
It's to the point of it's like the Uncharted movie. Like, great.
Right.
When this actually happens, great.
Yeah.
Alert me then.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick of hearing about it. Oh, Ezra Miller's writing it. This is happening. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. I'm not falling for this.
Is he, though?
I don't think so anymore,
Yeah,
but who the fuck knows?
But he's still attached, apparently.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah. What?
It was funny as hell, like how The Rock had gone so quiet on like Black Adam, and then Shazam hit and like was a big hit. And he's like, "Hey, just a shout out to Shazam for doing so well. We're happy with this baby. We can't see her." I'm like,
we're gonna start filming next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, did you like Shazam?
I liked it fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I'm not a movie person, which is weird to say.
Right.
So like, I go to him and it's what it was. It was good. It's the normal thing of like, me personally, it cuts so deep of like, Henry Cavill, just do the after credit scene. Just do the after credit. And don't get me wrong, I know it's business and money and contracts and yada yada, but still, like, come
come on. Like,
cool.
how much do you think he asked for to just walk out? And just like I'm super.
I have no idea how much money real people make. Probably something like that. Yeah,
is that what real people make?
I think so. Like, well, actors, you know how they
that's
types.
true.
Because he seems like he loves being Superman. He got such a raw deal with this whole DCEU.
Yeah, and like his demands aren't unreasonable. He wants.
I haven't heard this.
So the whole debate. I mean, there's probably more to the debate than we know, but the main things I heard was he wants oversight on the script, which. I mean, he's Superman.
Sure, yeah. About time somebody looked at it.
Exactly,
else is,
exactly. Yeah. And I think a director approval, which again, I'm not going to fault him for that.
Sure, yeah.
He
could be a great. I mean, he has the look. I like his acting. Everything else, it's just what he's given to work with. Where it's like cool, and they direct him to make him into this brooding weirdo. You know what I mean? Like when at the end of Justice League, as bad as that movie is, that final 15 minutes when he gets to be the Superman that I want him to be, smiling, making jokes, having fun. Like, oh my god.
Well, see, I'm on the bandwagon. Like, I like all the movies. You know, I enjoyed Justice League because that was like all my heroes except Green Lantern in one movie.
Sure. Well, Green Lantern,
I'm there. Kind of in, but not the one I wanted. But it's fine.
Of course,
I don't know which one that one was, but like I get it. His demands aren't that.
I mean, it's the same thing as like I don't hate the DCEU by any means. It's not what I would have put on screen, but I've read enough Elseworlds that I don't care. The problem I have with the DCEU is that they just didn't commit. They got to Justice League, right? And then the Snyder fallout happened. He leaves the project for his family, and then they come in and just undo it. And it's just like, guys, like. Whether you love it or hate it, the movies were making money. They're just like, let him do it. You've gone this far. Let him complete the vision. Instead, you get Justice League that has, like, nothing. Like, there's nothing to it. It's just like, come on, God.
And, you know, because there's like, the second Justice League would have been out by now. Yeah. Apparently.
Oh, yeah. I remember that was a sad day on Reddit when I was like, today was the day of Justice League 2.
Yeah. My buddy was texting me. He's like, we could have saw this movie together. But and then, you know, every week it seems like Snyder cut. Yeah. Fans asking for
It's eventually going to happen. Like, just let it happen already.
No, I mean, you know? would you want... Because we don't know how much of that is shot or anything like that. Would you want just like a rough cut, or would you want like a fully polished thing?
Well, I mean, in a perfect world, I want the fully polished thing. But, I mean, depending on what they have, I'd love to see the rough cut. Because, I mean, like, they did it with Richard Donner, where they finally put out the Donner cut, right? Like, do that here. Because it's like, we're in such a different place as an audience, as consumers, where I do think dropping it and putting it out as is, you could get like okay, again, I didn't like it. I don't like how dark it is. Yada yada yada. But I see where you're going. Like the build up to Darkseid, that's awesome, right? Instead of it being Steppenwolf and that's the end of it, it's like what was this? What was the point of this?
It's I'm just kind of. I mean, Steppenwolf, whatever, but at least it's whatever because you know if they did Darkseid, that would have blown because you know we still have that mystique of. We don't know who Darkseid is. We haven't seen him. He's not tainted. Yeah, I guess.
That's true.
So
I got you.
Yeah, they're always in the back pocket.
Well, now it's just like, what is the DCEU and what are they going to do with movies and how does it go forward? Like, I mean, this Pattinson Batman, great. Okay, cool. Is that in the universe or not? Does it matter? No. Like, okay, Emancipation of Harley Quinn. Okay, like what does this look like? Like,
yeah.
And like, where is Superman in all of this? And if it's not Henry Cavill anymore, then like, what are we doing?
Right.
And even Wonder Woman, where I liked Wonder Woman obviously, but like 84, like, cool. Can we see this movie already? Like,
what's this about?
It's been gestating now for a long time. I was like, great.
And it's, I'm curious. The Joker.
Yeah.
I'm just curious and seeing how.
And dude, that was the thing about it. Like, for all the crap you want to give Snyder for being too dark and being too this, blah blah blah. Like, he laid so many awesome Easter eggs in there that I really feel like again, just commit to the vision and see it through, and then do the branching things of like. If the Batman was about Jason Todd getting murdered, right? If it was what I was hoping, where Leto's Joker actually is Jason Todd and he killed the Joker, but the Joker, and like, there's so many like fascinating fan theories that like you look at those things and it's like that would have been awesome if any of that, a tenth of that was true,
right?
And you gave these, it was like nobody understood what the hell Snyder was doing until. 10 more movies where it was like, oh wow, he laid a lot of cool shit in there. Right. And we were able to actually branch out and do a lot of cool things. But instead, it was like, no, this is not performing. Now bring in Joss and do this. And it's
like, I mean, Shazam, I feel like is a good mix of everything because it does reference all the heroes, and it's not taking away from. When he throws the Batarang at Dr. Zaius. I forgot his name. Anyway, Mark Strong. Like, that's a cool moment, and just, I don't know. I feel like they could do it, but
totally.
I don't know why. I just don't know why they can't. And why can't Green Lantern have green gloves? That's the reason why the movie failed.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
I
heard it here from me.
I didn't see that. Wow,
yeah.
breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
And I also have to give you a shout out. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the whole E3 thing. Okay. Like that whole
me getting banned.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But I do want to thank you. You and Andrew talked about small media.
Oh, sure.
And I appreciated that because it's hard.
Did you get in or not? Did they not let you in?
What?
Did they let you in?
To what, E3? No, I didn't even try because I know I'm not going to get in. Like that, Comic-Con, like I can't get even to certain music festivals because I'm just like, that's not going to happen.
Sure.
So
yeah, that was the thing is like, the E3 thing was a lark for us where it was like, oh, this is so stupid, but it's going to be fixed, obviously.
Right.
Obviously, they're not going to lock me out of E3. But then you had to have the actual conversation with Andrea of like, there is a turn here, even for Kind of Funny, where it is, cool, you get 2 badges. Well, there's 7 of us. Right. 2 badges. This year there's 8 of us, 2 badges. Like, wait, what? Like, what? And what are you grading on? As I was talking with Andrea, right? Of like, okay, cool, all of what's good gets in. I love all of what's good, but like, wait, we're bigger, we do better numbers. What are you judging us on that we're not getting more passes or the same amount of passes? And nobody has an answer over there.
Right.
You throw it into the media at E3 thing, and it comes back like nothing. Okay, great.
Yeah, well, because somebody has to check with somebody else.
Yeah.
But that person doesn't know, so I guess we'll never know.
Exactly.
So, but no, I appreciate. It's that when this episode comes out, it'll be 6 years of this podcast.
Wow, dude! Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm tired.
And I am feeling it.
Tired already. No, so
so what's the plan? What do you want to do? You're tired at 6 years. I'm
still going to keep going.
Okay.
The joke. Well, when I hit episode 200, the joke was, when I get to 400, I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a joke, and now I'm thinking, 400 sounds like a nice.
What number are we at right now?
Yeah,
6 years.
The 300 and almost 30.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of thinking, maybe it'd be nice to just kind of stop. But then my brain goes, well, then what are you going to do?
You know what you do? You'd start a new show, right? And then
exactly.
You start trying to build the same cachet.
Exactly.
And you just wasted a podcast feed and then and URL and all that stuff like that.
Right. And so I'm just like, I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
But, how do you keep things fresh for you in general?
Sure. I mean, you joked about January at the beginning, but for us, that's always a great point to refresh, right? Every year at our anniversary, like, Tim's favorite thing is like, let's blow it all up. Let's do this. Let's change this. And so it's always what isn't fun for us to do is really what we say. Yeah. It's not even like what isn't performing because everything performs the same amount, plus or minus. And so it is like, what do we like doing and what do we want to do more of and how do you want to make things happen? And, it's looking at it that way. Like, we have the show We Have Cool Friends now where it's just interviewing. I've missed interviewing people. And that's been something I've been wanting to get back to probably since 6 or 7 months into the program, right, of doing Kind of Funny after leaving up at noon but not having that thing for Kind of Funny. So having that come up, right, that crop up, I think Debatable is another good example of like that was a Jared Petty passion project, and when Jared left, it was like, oh well, we want to go with it and see it through for a little bit to get to We Have Cool Friends, but we don't want to necessarily do it. So we did it, and I think they were fun, but they weren't like, it wasn't Nick's or Johnny's. It wasn't Johnny's like number one thing. It wasn't my number one thing. So I think it showed in quality in terms of where we were. But it was fun, and we did it, and now it's done, and now we move on to the next thing. And so, for keeping it fresh, it's a number of different things. For something like Games Daily that happens over and over and over again, like it's different hosts. It's I think the fact that an Andrea show, a Gary show, a Fran show, a Tim show are all radically different, right? And I'm super stoked. We did the up and comer opportunity to get Blessing out there in a couple months and have him just do it with me for 4 days, and then have him do it with whoever he wants on the final day. Yeah, like that's fun and that's exciting. And the fact that you can bring anybody in and using smaller creators that are in town or whatever to come in and show off their platform and who they are. That's always fun. There's stuff like that, I can't even, letting go of the Game Over Greggy show and changing it to the Kind of Funny podcast. It sounds like such a simple thing, but it was like such a listener requested thing in terms of we hate guests. We just want to hear what's happening with you guys. Right. And also us like trying to come up with a topic or whatever and blah, blah, blah. Like I think once we got over that, and I think Nick said it really good when we were saying goodbye to the Game Over Greggy show, that show always felt like coming home. That really, I think, put a great, this is what the Kind of Funny podcast is. It is just us bullshitting. Because it's a weird thing to talk about, but I was on another podcast, and they were asking us about what the dynamic between all of us is off camera or whatever. And we're all friends, obviously, but like on the weekends, usually we all run off to our significant others or friend groups from wherever. And so you catch back up, but in the way we have the day scheduled, we really don't catch up.
Mm-hmm.
I forget this past week or last week, there was some show I did with Nick, and it was literally the first time we had actually had more than a 5-second conversation in 4 days, which is crazy to think of for an office of 8 people.
Right.
But it really is the way we schedule things out, the way we keep each other going, the way we're all running. Like, I don't know what's happening in any of their lives unless I sit down and talk. So it's nice to have that podcast to try to catch up.
And how are you guys looking for a new studio? Because I mean,
always, yeah. That was the big thing with January, right? Where although we're a Patreon funded business, we don't really fundraise. Where we're like, hey, please come do it. I say it in the shows, obviously. If you like what we do, throw us a couple bucks. But January was like, hey, we just hired Barrett, and we want to hire more people, and we want to get a new studio. So, like, that's the future, and we need to try to start funding that now. And so our goal is probably to ride out the current studio through the year, and then in 2020 get serious about finding something else and figure that out. But, yeah, when Nick signed the lease this time around a couple months ago now, right, for a year, it was very much like, cool, when this is done, or we should either be already have found a space or getting ready to move into a new space. And that's crazy to think about.
What's space... like office space like in Sanford? Like, do you? Like,
well, I mean, we work out of a retrofitted apartment, right? So
right.
Like,
but would you look for like the same, like a bigger apartment, or would you?
No, the hope here is to really get real and get like a warehouse of some kind. Like we've looked at that kind of spaces, even in our current neighborhood for the business. Like, there's been a couple things that have come open that we've done the crane your neck, look in there and figure it out. And then we always joke around, like the barber shop underneath us just opened this year, and that thing had been brown papered on the windows the entire run of our time there. And finally we had that conversation of like, what if we just took that place? Yeah. Because it would be like, what a great, if we had a Studio B down there or just offices down there or whatever, you know what I mean? Where it's like, cool, everybody's down here working, and then we're going to fuck off up there and do the shit. Like, that'd be awesome. Like, just because that's like what we're looking at. It's just like, with the studio the way it is, it's great, but the KFAF couch shoved up against the fireplace, and like I bring a guest down to do a game, and then it's like, okay, like if we hire anybody else, they're on the roof, they're like they're in the breakfast nook, like it's like where are you gonna put people? Right. We just need a little bit more.
No. And do you still have all the LaCroix?
Yeah, sadly.
I mean, they can work on that. You can make like a
LaCroix. I don't understand what happened, because I thought we were making it through at a good clip, and I'm not somebody who drinks it. And I thought they were all doing really well on it, and now it just feels like these 3 pallets outside have just stopped. Yeah. But I still see LaCroix in the fridge, so I know it's getting brought in. Right. I just don't know what's taking so long.
It's just a never-ending. It's like a Mary Poppins bag.
Totally. Yeah. There's no bottom to it.
Yeah. I also wanted to say, you mentioned debatable.
Yeah.
I too think Rush Hour should have been higher up on the list.
Hell yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say, and that's genuine.
Okay, that's fair. And I like that. I like that.
I mean, take
great
director,
great
whatever.
Movie. Yeah,
whatever. But great movie.
Yeah,
it's okay. Great. So what else is going on? What do you want to talk about? This is your time. This is a great time. Do you want to take a nap?
I'm covered in beer. No, I feel great right now.
Why are you covered in beer? Your Michael panel hasn't started yet.
Right, yeah, but I crashed the end of Retro Replay.
Oh,
I came out and chugged a beer on stage then, and that kind of got all over me.
Gotcha.
And I got it all over Troy. What? And then Jen came up to give me another beer, and I tried to get it on her, but she pushed away.
Gotcha. So you're a beer fan.
Yes.
As a person who's not a beer fan, what would you give me? What kind of beer?
Great question. What don't you like about beer?
It all tastes the same to me.
Okay, that's trouble. Okay.
You could give me 12 different beers. It'll taste like beer to me.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, like, obviously college beat it out of you, right? I remember when me and my friends used to, for me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When my friends and I used to throw house parties in high school, I'll never forget. We'd send the older brother of whoever off with this list that was like Pucker and Mike's Hard Lemonade, and I remember we were throwing a party once, and I was like, "Should we get some beer?" And I was like, "I don't know." We got like MGD, like a 24 pack, and I remember opening this thing and like, "This is poison. This is terrible." And you went to college, and it's just cheap, and it's everywhere, and it's plentiful, and so we drank. The Antlers throughout my existence there at Mizzou, like, drank Keystone Light 30s. Okay, 30s of Stones, dude. Yeah. And so it was like, it's been such a weird gradual process of, I mean, back in those days in college of drinking beer, it was never about, let's get a small craft brewery that I really think is hoppy and yada yada. You know what I mean? But it was like it got you into what beer tastes like, and then it was that slow progression is getting older and starting to enjoy beer rather than just consume it in mass quantities of like looking for it. Like it's tough to say, and if you don't like it, it's hard to. What I would start you with is probably ciders.
Cider,
because that's what Clements did back in the day. Clements didn't like anything really. drank ciders. Then somebody finally gave him a Blue Moon with the orange in it.
Right.
And that got him going, and then he was off. And it was the same thing when I started hanging out with Tim. He didn't drink it. He didn't drink beer at all. And eventually I drank IPA like it's going out of business. And he eventually was like, oh, give me one of those too. And it was terrible, but he pushed through it. But then the problem with Tim is that he only drinks IPA now.
Right.
Where he has no, like, he'll see me order something like, what is that? And I'm like, well, it's a lager, so it's like a Budweiser. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta try to like dial it back to where I think he'd understand. And
you have to Da Vinci code it.
Exactly.
And then,
right. How do I explain this to you? Rosetta Stone.
Yeah. It's so, I mean, when we had totally legal house parties,
totally, yeah.
We were all
totally.
Yeah, I was just like 26 at the time.
Oh, jeez.
I would drink like Smirnoff Ices because that had the taste, and it's something I could just drink a ton of. And like 20? No, dude, you're feeling fine. Like, yeah.
I forget who it was. God, I was at some party the other day. It must have been a house party. Maybe it was at somebody else's office. We were filming something. Anyways, this person walked by me with a Smirnoff Ice, and it was a dude. I'm like, oh, you about to ice somebody? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, icing is you walk up to somebody and you give it to them, they have to kneel down, and he's like, oh, no, I just drink it. I was like, oh, cool. No judgment. The only time I ever see adults with Smirnoff Ice, usually it's Nick about to ice me.
Right. Yeah, it's like ciders I will drink sometimes, like if it's on the menu. But so I was with my girlfriend at the time. We were out with her family.
Dead to us.
And for sure. And they're all beer drinkers. They're Canadians.
Oh, okay.
So but she knew I didn't like beer, and she was like, yeah, that's fine. And I go, it's summertime. I want something peachy.
Sure.
Because I feel like it's summertime.
Sure.
Oh, look, a peach cider. Let me get that. I felt so much judgment towards that, but I mean, it was what? Why are you shaking your head?
She's Canadian.
What part of Canada are you from? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
The thing I run into with it, right, is that I don't have a sweet tooth. Like, it's a rare occasion where I want something sweet.
Okay.
Usually, nowadays, it's after lunch, I'll take a handful of M&Ms, and that'll be
plain ones.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're saying.
Because Joey ruined the other big bag of plain M&Ms. I have to hide these one on the top shelf, so none of these little kids can get them.
I hear you.
Anyways, I think that's why I like beer, and also why even when we go out for the most part, now I'm drinking a lot of martinis, vodka martinis. But even old fashions, I can only do like one or two because it's so sweet. Like I can't do the sweet stuff. I appreciate anybody who can like that. Like that. Do want to drink the ciders, but
no, it's I sometimes have a sweet tooth, but normally it's like I got a salty tooth.
Yeah, totally.
And
I want savory.
Yeah, give me some of that. But
wangs.
Exactly. What's been you go to fancy places and you eat fancy things.
You're telling me, man.
And you live the fancy life.
I'm the fanciest guy you've had on the show in a while.
But. What's been the best thing you've eaten, I want to say, past, I don't know, like 2 weeks?
2 weeks? Wow.
3 weeks?
Oof. Time is such a flat circle to me. That's the problem. I'm trying to think of some of the places. Well, I'm going to go forward in time, all right?
All right, go forward.
Do you know Detroit style pizza?
Of course,
the squares, the pans, and everything.
Yeah,
like I had never ever heard of this.
Okay,
and then it was last year at RTX. Everybody was raving about Via 313.
Yeah,
never got to it.
Okay,
saw it. We went over there. It was a giant line. We're like, fuck this.
Yeah,
and then when I came back and filmed Hardcore Tabletop, Fareed from RT took
Carboys.
Carboys, thank you. Carboys for life. I don't know where are they selling that shirt. I gave him a gold idea for a shirt. Nobody's selling it. We went to Via 313, me, Jen, and Fareed, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And it was like that thing we came back, and then it started to blow up in SF.
Okay.
And now our favorite pop-up Square Pie guys is about to open their own restaurant in SF this week we get back.
Oh,
have their soft opening and stuff. We're so excited.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for that.
Are you like all for, I know, Glen Allen boy.
Chicago, whatever.
Yeah, Chicago. Yeah. Are you like Chicago deep dish is the best and that's it?
No, and that was always such a weird thing. Yeah. Because when you're in Chicago, I don't think that's a real argument anybody has.
Oh yeah.
But it's like when you get out and you say, "Oh, I like I had Chicago deep dish, like Giordano's, right? I would have it maybe twice a year. It was usually when we graduated that final day of school, my mom would grab me and my friends, we'd go there.
Yeah.
Because it was like a thing. But every Friday we had pizza that was thin crust.
Yeah.
And honestly, it would be probably more like St. Louis where it's cut in the squares, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and thin crust. But pizza's pizza, and pizza's awesome, and like it's just New York as usual, having a huge fucking chip on their shoulder, acting like they're amazing. You talk to any New Yorker, New York pizza's the best. Yeah. Oh well, I went to Manhattan, I ate at Two Brothers. That place sucks. You got to go to John of Bleeckers. And I'm like, no, you're mentioning one specific restaurant.
Right.
If you're gonna say New York pizza's awesome, you are saying all of New York pizzas. I'll say Baroni's in Glen Ellen is one of the best pizzas I've ever had, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna sit there and be like, Chicago pizza's better than anything.
Right.
Every New York has a fucking chip on their shoulder about bagels. I'll say it right now, and not even because of my wife or because of my gardening. The Montreal bagel is far superior to any New York bagel.
Oh, okay.
Far superior to any New York bagel.
That's because it's not made with the water.
The water. No, it's like everything. New York people want to tell you how great New York bagels are.
Yeah.
I've had them. They're good, just like the pizza. And what I love about New York pizza is the reverence of the pizza and the fact that pizza is everywhere. Every corner you can get pizza. That's amazing. That's awesome. The bagels, though, they're good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. They're good, but I couldn't describe the taste of one. A Montreal bagel? Holy shit. You fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah.
All like tight and the sesame seeds on it and crusty. Oh, my goodness.
Do you think they're going to put, New York is going to put a pizza on a bagel? And so you can have pizza anytime?
I think somebody already did. If I'm honest.
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
No.
Because it seems like pizza on a bagel.
I just came up with that slogan off the top of my head.
Pizza after school time.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. I was going to talk to you more about pizza. Oh, so when you guys went to Arizona, you went to Peter Piper
Pizza. Yeah.
I watched the video. I didn't get a clear answer if anybody liked it.
Oh yeah, everybody liked it. I thought it was great. I mean, it's like a Chuck E. Cheese. Right. So, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. It was better pizza than Chuck E. Cheese, I think.
Right.
But it was good, yeah.
There's this thing where this coworker was talking to me literally this week that people go to, Peter Piper just to order the pizza.
Sure.
And I'm just like, with their kids, like you'd take kids to that place.
Yeah.
And like, no, they go there and just order the pizza and leave. I was like, I've never thought about it like that, but apparently people love it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. If I would definitely eat it again.
Yeah.
I you know what I mean? But it's like, I eat pizza any time of the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I was very crushed today because Jen's like, what are we doing before comedy night? You need to eat something. I was like, yeah, let's go to Via 313. Yeah. And she went, ugh. And I was like, babe, because we just had pizza before we left. And it is one of those things of, I'll have a conversation with her. Because when we ate the pizza on Friday, Thursday, I was like, this doesn't count. I don't want you because Jen, of course, doesn't want to die of heart disease. Jen doesn't want to get fat. All this shit that I let go of a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'll eat pizza 3 times in a row. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Why not? Who cares?
Exactly. And she's all like, I don't know. I'm like, what? She wants barbecue.
Okay.
I'm like, I get it, but pizza.
Okay. What? How? Because you guys are leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, we're out tomorrow. Back into work on Monday.
Okay.
And I screwed it up. We slept through the alarm, so like
Oh no, it was.
Well, I lost meals. I lost 2 meals.
Okay, all right.
See what I mean? Yeah.
Well, but you didn't screw it up. Like technology, it's
100%. It's definitely the phone's fault. It wasn't mine.
It's not you. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just trying to think when you can barbecue pizza. I don't know. Are you like what weird
it's also,
pizza?
And it's everything's gonna be a wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long wait. All these RTX.
We went to Gus's Chicken yesterday.
Great chicken.
It was good chicken. Great chicken. Long line.
Yeah.
And I was just.
It's funny now, but like when I came to our first RTX in 2015, like nobody went to Gus's. I remember that we could walk out of the convention center, walk right in, and sit down.
Yeah.
And now it's like the jig's up. Everybody knows it's awesome. Same, I think, honestly, with Via.
Yeah, okay.
Where like last year it seemed like the coming out party for that place, and now like I heard the guys tried to go to it the night I was late, and it was like an hour and a half wait. They're like, all right, see you later.
You need to find. I'm going to say you.
Tell me what I need to do.
Find a new spot. Keep it
Don't
it secret.
Tell anybody.
Keep it safe.
There was a place that I went to, a food truck called Tommy Want Wingy.
Okay.
And I haven't been there. A great name, right?
Yeah.
I haven't been back there in years, but I think it might have even been. It was post Gauntlet, but I was out here for something small that it wasn't like RTX. I was doing something with RT. I forget what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Pluckers, I haven't made it to this trip either.
Oh, okay.
I'm dying. I'm just not eating the foods I want.
Eat so much food.
I know.
I guess what has better food? Like San Francisco, Austin. I don't. Like food. Let's just talk food wise.
Yeah.
Like weather sucks here, and West Coast is best.
Sure, whatever. I'm enjoying the heat because I'm wearing swim trunks and flip flops this entire trip.
That's true. You're better prepared.
I'm not hating it as much. It's a tough question. And I don't know if I don't think I've probably not had the culinary journey enough in Austin to make the decision.
Okay, fair.
Because SF, I've been in a million different places, and I can tell you about this, go there and do that, and blah, blah, blah. Austin is usually the same, what I was just talking about, right? You find the I've been to Austin, let's say 9 times, right? In my love affair with Rooster Teeth, right? And I've probably eaten at Torchy's 15, right? Like, I mean, like, it's that thing where we've done double meals at Torchy's.
Yeah.
So it's like they have that crazy thing. There's the Tommy Want Wingy. There's the Pluckers. There's, like, these places that when I come here, I want that because I don't get it ever.
Right.
So, like, it's hard for me to then break out and be like, well, I know Odd Duck is a really cool restaurant here that I've been to. The Japanese place next to Odd Duck is really good. But, I mean, as a broad stroke, like, I feel like SF has so many different restaurants and so many different things going on.
There you go. So
now Square Pie, guys.
So you need to continue this journey. And then maybe, I don't know, you can come back with
next year, tell you.
Maybe, maybe. Or next year, no pressure. I don't want you to.
I'll be here next year. I'm here every year.
Yeah. Well, if I'm not.
You're going to be here next year. It's not episode 400 yet.
I'm going to be gone. Oh, that's true.
Yeah, don't worry. We still got time.
But for the people at home who want to keep up with everything that you do.
Easiest place is kindafunny.com. KINDAFUNNY.com. All sorts of videos. And there's Oreo videos. Nick and Andy do a dumb show. I talk about video games.
I don't know what that show is. I've never seen it.
Don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? Because it'll be canceled soon.
There we go. Jared Petty's coming in.
Jared Petty's coming back. He's going to cancel it.
There we go. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, man.